The FBI is now investigating, along with local police officers in the state of Colorado, the violent death threats that are coming fast and furious against the justices on the Colorado State Supreme Court following their recent decision that Donald Trump, in fact, cannot be on the ballot in the state of Colorado because they said he engaged in an insurrection, or at least, according to their arguments, supported it by not putting an end to it, even though he was the one person on the planet who actually had the power to do so. By not stopping it, they said he clearly supported it. Therefore, 14th Amendment applies. He can't be on the ballot. Well, ever since that ruling came down, reports have surfaced of death threats being lobbied by Trump supporters against those justices on that Colorado State Supreme Court. They have ranged from, judges are horrible, these people are hacks, which, hey, you're allowed to say that. But then others on Truth Social have called for these judges to be hanged. They have called for them to be drowned. They have called for them to be straight up murdered and have their babies murdered because, Republicans don't actually care about babies and children. And now the FBI has gotten involved, which means there will be plenty of Trump supporters all over the country that are going to have FBI agents knocking on their doors in the coming days and weeks, pointing out these posts that they have made and asking them, what exactly did you mean when you said that these judges should be hanged? Or this one that says, all effing robed rats must effing hang. What did you mean by that? The FBI is going to ask these people. And it'll be fun, even though we won't get to see it, but I'm sure the FBI agents will have a lot of fun watching these people squirm and try to explain away their threats against these justices. There have also been calls on social media for these justices to be doxxed. They're begging people to post their home addresses. Tell us where they live. Tell us where they are at any given moment so we can find them. Now, those are the ones that are probably going to have the FBI knocking on their door first. The FBI has already been called out to some of these justices' homes. Actually, not the FBI. I think it was the local police because of a threat, which they determined, okay, there was no credible threat, but the threat was made, so they had to make a visit to the justice's home, search the property, because somebody had told them, I'm going to do this and I'm outside your house. This is horrific. I mean, obviously, we live in a country where a large portion of the population is not subscribing to a political belief. They're members of a cult. And when that cult leader is threatened, when his power is threatened, these people take it upon themselves to go out there and threaten to murder those who challenge the power of the cult leader. And what's interesting about this, and I've pointed it out, is that Trump didn't tell them to do it this time. Trump wasn't out there, saying the names of the people on the court like he usually does, like he has in the New York fraud trial or with Fani Willis or Judge Chutkan. Trump didn't say much at all about this before the death threat started. He has trained his cult so well that they just knew this is what he wanted them to do, and they did it. So that's the situation we're looking at now. Trump has these cult members so brainwashed that he no longer has to put out his calls to action. They just do it. And law enforcement is watching. They're combing through social media. They're tracing the phone numbers of the people calling in the death threats. They're getting the emails. They're looking at the IP addresses. They're finding these people, and they will be found. And they will get visits from some law enforcement agency. Maybe it's going to be the local cops in Denver, or perhaps it'll be the FBI. Hopefully those confrontations go well. Nobody gets injured or hurt in any way. But those that are making legitimate threats need to be held accountable, and they need to face justice. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.